Thanks for joining us on Sine Finis. I'm Nico with Pegasus Yachts USA, and we left Tenerife, the Canarian Islands, 5 days ago. We're about 800 miles from there, and we are roughly about 600 miles from the African coast and 350 from Cape Verde. We left Tenerife on our way to the Caribbean. And yeah, thanks for joining us. Today's a beautiful day. We got about 15 to 18, 20 on gust. Nice and easy surf. A little messed up from all directions at times, but not too rough. And we're under spinnaker and main with Reef 1. Be safe on the gust. That could be sometime a little over 20. I'll take you on deck if you want to join me. Let's go. We're on our spinnaker that's set up on a IFS, a furling system that goes all the way back to the cockpit. Furling line all the way back to the cockpit. It's the same for, of course, the trinket, the J2 that we attach here. And that goes to about 2/3, 3/4 of the mast actually. Yeah, I'd say about 3/4. The trinket is a 55. The spinnaker is very powerful. And the Genoa is there, of course, on the furling system as well. It's not an AFS system, it's a traditional performance furling system. The Genoa is about 100 and 105, while the trinket is a 55. The trinket goes here. There's a self-tacking track for it. And the J1, the regular jib, is set up on the travelers here, on either side, of course. And then we have, when we are sailing deep, we have extra sheets that we set up here on the outside, so we can sail real close to the wind. When we're going upwind, we can be closer in, or on the outskirts if we're going deep. This is our mast setup here with a winch. Most of the lines go back to the cockpit for a solo or short crew, but otherwise, and you have two lines actually, like two halyards that come here. You have the staysail. So that's the trinket, the J2 halyard here, as well as the Genoa halyards. You also have a backup spinnaker halyard right here, in case you have an issue with the main halyard. And all the lines otherwise go back to the cockpit. Let's get on the rooftop here. We've got our solar system for generation, energy generation, and we also have a Watt and C hydro generator integrated into the hull on the starboard side, a little forward. It's a Watt and C 600, so produces a lot of energy, as well as the solar panels. Right now our solar panels are obviously in the shade, so not producing much, but a little bit still. On the other tack, on the other jibe, they would be in full sun. I'll take you to the rooftop. We have our Starlink antenna right here. You can see the rooftop, the cockpit cover is amazing for protection from sprays and gales and any kind of bad weather or sun. And then when it's nicer weather and cloudy and we want to open it up, you can remove this. This is a soft top that rolls back, comes all the way up to here. So now it becomes almost kind of like a convertible. You open your rooftop, basically. It's really neat setup. It's our main. We have 3 reefs. We have a reef 1 here now, and otherwise second reef is right here. And we got the 3rd reef on the top here. Beautiful sails, great performance. We're on the spinnaker with 1 reef on the main, and we got about 15-16 knots of wind. We're going 8.5 to 9.5, sometimes 10 knots in gust. We're about 140 true wind angle. Make sure not to get overboard here. Not too full overboard. All right, we got our. I have a boom brake here. See this setup here? Reaches here and goes back there, and then you control it from the cockpit. That boom brake allows us by, even with heavy winds, to do really smooth jibe. It will slow down the boom, and if for some reason you have an accidental jibe, you won't get a wild jibe that's gonna break everything, as long as you manage your boom brake properly and keep the tension. Right now it's got a nice tension. We're pretty deep. We still put a boom stopper here, but the boom brake is plenty sufficient. The boom stopper avoids when on waves, if it kind of gets a little shaky, and then to avoid that the boom kind of slams a bit because of the wave, so keeps everything nice and smooth. Alright, let me take you to the cockpit now. We've got great visibility from the cockpit, 360 all around. On the starboard, on both sides, you do have the autopilot control, and then the large BNG screen, chart plotter with everything connected to it. Tons of different options, charts, radar, everything else. Then you do have here your control for the for the bow thruster, and then the anchor. You can set up your anchor here, so everything's set up. Your short crew or solo sailing, you can basically take care of everything from here. All the lines come up right here on either side, so direct access from where you're at. 4 winches, Arkin 600, 2-speed, electric on both sides. Locker for your lines on either side as well. Lots of cool stuff where you can put your different stuff here. This is for the hydraulic handle, and then not that we're gonna need this here because there's no boats. We haven't seen boats for days, but anyway, we have the horn ready to go just in case. Winch handle, even though we use the electric 99% of the time, but yeah, beautiful sail. Look at that. We just hit 10. Yeah, 9:45. We were just at 10. We got 18 knots of wind right now. Let me take you in. I'm taking a shift here. It's amazing how well you can see 360 from your cockpit. Really well protected, super comfortable. The soft rooftop that I was talking about earlier is right here. That rolls all the way. And the hard top stops here. So you still have very high protection, and you can open it or close it depending on the weather, what works for you. Lots of handles everywhere. Here as well, on top there. On the rooftop, lots of handles as well. Grab bars right here as well. Zoom in a little bit. Right here. Safety and comfort are essential for Pegasus, as well as performance, of course. The equipment is quite amazing, the level of equipment. Cockpit table, put some right here. And then even have a fridge in your cockpit right here. Pretty neat setup. I'm gonna go inside there. Got our galley, port side, nice and open. You've got a direct connection between the salon, galley, nav station, and the cockpit. Almost kind of feels like a catamaran style with only a couple steps down, which is great to connect the interior to the exterior, to connect, whoever's inside to the folks, the crew in the cockpit, family and friends. Got our fridges, freezers, and then during the nav station here, we also have a deep freezer in addition to that, in addition to the fridge from the cockpit right here. The settee, as you can see, the settee is not straight right here, right? It's because it's on, you can adjust the settee, salon settee, up and down, actually going one side or the other to compensate from the heel. So folks here working or reading or taking a nap are nice and straight. I'll do a little demonstration here. See, settee's moving. Right there, you're welcome. And from the nav station, you got great visibility. You can take care of everything, and night shifts are amazing from here as well. You can control and the other autopilot, of course your BNG, VHF, and all your setups and the radar. Keeping an eye on the radar at night. And a great visibility. You got a 360 right here, so if you're got bad weather out there, you can be taking a nice night shift. Very comfortable. Really wonderful setup. And the accommodations are set forward. In the layout for Sine Finis, I have a double berth here, up and down. Then I have of course a V berth, and then on the right side is the owner's cabin with a double bed or two separate that you can adjust depending of how you want it. And then we do have a shower here with a head, and then there's the captain's head, of course. Lots of tremendous amount of storage throughout. Here we're looking at the electronics equipment and all the switches, water generator, water maker, sorry, the diesel generator, digital control for batteries and so forth. Then you've got your diesel heater, your air conditioning and electric heater, as well as your music. And we're on board Sine Finis, and she was launched in 2020. Actually, we splashed in 2024. It says 2023 because she pretty much left the factory last few days of 2023, I believe, but didn't get in the water until early 2024. All right, that's where we're at. Thanks for joining. We're on Sine Finis Atlantic Crossing. We've been at sea from Gibraltar to Tenerife. Took us 4 days. We were ahead of schedule, going down, shooting down actually, with some speeds up to 14 knots, and then we left the Canarian Islands 5 days ago, and we've done a lot of miles, so we're doing really well. Beautiful sail. The wind's been going as low as 10 and as much as 28 on gusts. So we've been going speed-wise from 7, 6.5 to 6 on low 7, so we've got about 6, and then up to 14.5 knots. Our average speed right now is probably about 8.5 to almost 9 knots. Yeah, that's where we're at. Thanks so much for joining. Happy sailing on Sine Finis. Have a great day. Thanks for joining. Bye. Happy sailing. See you in the Caribbean. Bye.